Hi guys, Dewan here, and today I'm going to be showing you my compact, stackable, sort of over-harvestable wheat farm. So what it is, it's made up of lots of layers, and each layer can house 80 wheat, and then, I was going to head inside it, on each of the corners there is a piston holding back water, which is what does the harvesting. So, pistons retract, water flows down, and pushes all the wheat into the middle. That does the same thing for all the sides. And yeah, the blue wool indicates that there is water behind or in front of it. So, for example, there's water behind there. So the water on the side is enough to hydrate the side ones, and then the actual water used to harvest it is what provides hydration to the next level. So it's sort of like each of the levels is sort of 3 high, but you need the 4th level. You need the level above it for it to actually work. So that's why at the very top level you have to add in the little bit up here for the harvesting. So now I'm going to show you how to build one of the layers. Oh, actually before I do that, the redstone along the side is just powered by a lever here. Now we're going to push down the bottom just for easy access. But the lever, it gives power to each of them, and has to alternate each level. So these blocks here have to be there to stop the water from escaping. And the redstone, it powers each of the pistons on the level, and then to get it to the right height, you have to put it on the side of a block and then straight up. So each level, it's got slightly different redstone, but it's actually pretty simple. You also have to have these repeated here so that this redstone torch doesn't power the redstone when it's turned back on to fire the pistons. So I'm just going to do a quick harvest now, and we'll see how much we get. Now, it obviously gets a fair bit of lag with all the water and pistons updating, but it smooths out pretty quickly. Especially with the new 1.3 features, where all of the items will get grouped into one stack. So there we go. We got a ton of items from all of those levels. I'll just count how many there are once it all stops coming down. Oh yeah, and another thing, sometimes they will get caught on the ladder here, but it's pretty uncommon, and you can just go pick them up anyway. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 levels, and we've got nearly a full inventory of seeds and wheat. So it's pretty effective, although the replanting does take quite a while, as it would with any wheat farm really though. So one thing I realized as I was going back and looking over it all, some of the wheat and seeds are getting caught up on the redstone here, but if you want to fix that, you can just put glass or any other transparent block along here, but leave a gap at the end here for the pistons, for the water to flow out. You have to use a transparent block because for grass to grow it has to have a transparent block above it or air. So yeah, we'll just harvest it and we can see that it still works perfectly fine. You just don't get as much if you just have the seeds not fully grown yet. Anyway, let's get to building the individual layers. Alright, not sure if I mentioned this before, but each of the cells is 13 by 13. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to build up a bit because you need a bit of space underneath for the collection point and the redstone. So I think we can the things you need are building blocks. I'm using blue as well so that I don't release any of the water accidentally. And you need dirt, hoe to till the soil, seeds, piston, redstone, torch, water, and then glass is an optional extra, but does make it more efficient. So the thing itself is 9 by 9, which is 80 wheat per level. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'll just fill that in. There we go, I've got all the grass, dirt. Now, you're going to need a horn mill, so count across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this here is the middle. That is where the wheat all gets collected. So, there's no point tilling at the moment, as farmland will just unhydrate itself. So what we need to do is place the water on the side. So at each end, we've got water along here. You don't need quite all of this water, but you can have a bit less, as 1 bit of water will hydrate 4x4 blocks around it, and I think 1 block up and down, but I'm just going to have it on the level itself. And then we also need the place for the ladder going up here, so we will put this bit on the side here, which for the ladder, which I forgot to get. There we go. Now this bit is where the water goes. We don't actually need that one there. Oh, actually, yes we do. I'm sorry. Move that down and stop it from overflowing. This bit here is part of the outside wall, so that doesn't have to be blue. This bit does to remind me. Anyway, as I was saying before, none of it has to be blue. I just use it because I have had many a time when all my redstone has been washed away by breaking through a water block. Another thing I'd recommend is just putting like a hole just somewhere so that the water can flow into the hole if it decides to fall down. So that's just another useful tip when working with water and redstone. Now normally we'd have, this would be the harvesting for the lower level, but yeah, come on. But we can just add it in here, because so we can hydrate on the middle blocks, because these ones on the outside will only reach up to here, so these 8 along here won't get hydrated. So you can put it in the middle, but that will just get in the way with the redstone, which I found as I was experimenting before. So we're going to quickly finish off the last one and then put the water in. So you can see that the water is just along each of the rows, each of the sides. A trick to doing water, creators doesn't matter, but you need at least 2, but you put 2 as block apart, and you grab the middle one and then do along. And I'm just rambling, but you can just create infinite sources as you're going and then scoop it up. So now we've got the water in, we can hydrate the soil, and I'll just use that. So there we go. As you can see, all of the plots have been hydrated from the water over here. So now I'm just going to cover it up so that the water doesn't flow out the side and into places that we don't want when we activate the farm. Okay, there we go. You have to have a space here to get up the ladder, but it doesn't matter because the ladder is taking up this space, so the water won't be able to go into it. The items can, but then you can just pick them up when they fall down the bottom. So, next thing we need to do is add the pistons at each of the sides. You can choose one of the sides. No, it has to be this side, sorry, because the ladder's on that side. Then you go 1 block out from the edge and place it facing towards the side. Same on this side. And then you do the same for the other side as well. This way. Then, once we've done that, we will do the basic redstone. So, you don't have to have a straight line. In fact, if you want, you can have the block underneath, and then have the lever, which we don't currently have yet. Darn it. Attached to that block. And then the redstone goes out this way. And place it. So what you do, place the torch on the block here, and then have that feed into this block there, and then that block up there. So for it to work, the redstone, when it's off, the redstone has to be powered on each side. I will go to the same on the other. So that way it holds back the water when it's off, and then when it's on, it retracts, and that needs to be closer so it's not actually part of the wall. But yeah, and then it retracts and it releases the water to harvest the farm. Now, depending on which way you will have the next one, I'm just going to start building it now. We'll have it going this way. You're going to have a repeater underneath the torch for the next layer, and it'll also be easier if you just do it the same way for each level. Also looks nice and symmetrical. So there we go. Now we need to place the holders for the water. Pretty much you surround all of the piston except for where the water is going to be flowing. So the piston holds back the only way for the water to go, and then when it retracts, it drops down and flows into the area. So we can do that with the rest now. Okay, there we go, we've got all the water in place. I just need to place the water itself. But yeah, now the water is all there. We can place the optional glass over here. Oh, as if that trampled I was holding crouch. But yeah, you can place the optional glass over here so that none of the harvested wheat gets into the redstone. I don't think you need one in front of here, but just to make sure I'll put one there. So now along this wall, I'm going to put blue because this is going to be the bottom of the water that hydrates the next layer. And then we need to place torches along some of this wall to make sure that the water gets enough light to grow. So the way we're going to be placing the torches is, if I get the torches first, is you place, I just need to check this, you need to make sure, for plants to grow, they need to have a minimum light level of 9. So to get that for all of the resources, you put 2 torches there, and then 2 torches, not the exact opposite, but 1 over, so like that. I'm just not normally used to having the glass there, because I never actually noticed that from before, but there we go. So this makes sure that there's enough light for all the farm. Also, if you wanted to, you could replace some of these glass blocks with glowstone to give it light. You don't have to worry about the torches on the side. So yeah, that's pretty much all you need for each levels. I'm just going to go ahead and plant some wheat, and then we can show it in action. So here we go, we've got a full harvest. Now we're just coming down the bottom here, flick the lever. The water only flows out of half of them because we are missing something. The redstone to connect this here. Forgot about that. But yes, both of the sides get harvested, all the wheat flows into the middle. Sometimes the ones on the side will take a bit longer because the water is pretty much pushing straight down on top of it. But you could just leave it for a while. Once there's no more coming for a little bit, you can come along, pick it all up, and you got tons of wheat even from one layer. So, yeah, I'm going to include, before I do that, sorry, I'm going to go about how you would build a second layer. So pretty much you want to have the grass directly on, like, as close as you can to the next level. Now you actually replace one of these blocks on the side with the grass to get the full 80 plots, but it still works exactly the same, it's just different block. So yeah, then I don't need to do the whole thing, but once you've done that, like, you'd have the things right here, but you can see how this one here will be enough to hydrate a bunch of these ones. So you have this, the wall coming out, so it doesn't do any more. So like that, with the torch on the side here, it will attach up to that one there. Then you'd have the repeater in the middle, because you'd want to have the next one going back into the middle so it doesn't go off the side and get in the way. You're going to leave one block there for the piston to go on. And then you'd have another one here, and then just a few redstone to get it there. So yeah, that's just how you build the next layer, and you build it pretty much exactly the same, other than, like, I chop exactly the same other than that. And yeah, I'll leave a download link. Before I do that, this was just some of my failed steps before. I was thinking way too complicated. I was gonna have like water flowing down the middle, and then pistons to extend from the single water source, and I just realized it's getting way too complicated. So I just dialed back a bit, went a bit more simple, and turned out to be much better effect. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll leave the download link and probably an MC edit schematic in the download in the description. So yeah, thanks for watching.